Hello, it's me again. So as you know, like always after the first unit, after vocabulary, we will continue with our talk of unit 5. But this time we are going to talk about grammar and the famous articles. So listen to me very carefully. I'm going to say this only once. Okay? Let's start. So what do we have here? We have to guess the answers to the questions. I have no idea what's going on here. So let's see. Sorry. What does it say? Aha, the world's growing problem. So, what was the world's population in 1900? So, it means 120 years ago. So, we have here billions of people. How many people live there? What is it now? What will be in 2050? Aha. Can you guess anything of these? Maybe a half of the people? Maybe 100 million people lived in 1900. What is now? We already said over billions. And what happened? What do you think? How many people will live on this poor earth in 2050? Who knows? After this coronavirus, who knows what will happen and other viruses that will come. What is the biggest change in where people live? And what are megacities? So we have, I think I have read somewhere on the internet that there are something like 20 megacities. So it means that they have, I don't know how many million, of course, people living there. We have answers to those questions in this text here. And it says, the world is growing problem. A famous scientist had recently said that there is a growing problem in the world, and the problem is people. There are just too many people of us. Because of economic growth, food has improved, healthcare has improved, and people are living longer. During the 20th century, the population of the world grew from 1 billion point 62 to 6 billion people. Today it is 7 people, and by 2015 it is predicted to reach 9.2 billion. For the first time in history, more people live in cities than in the countryside. Across the globe, there are 27 megacities, cities with more than 10 million inhabitants. And by 2025, the United Nations predicts the total will be 36. Megacities are common in Asia, particularly in India and China. The biggest megacity is still Tokyo, with a population of 34 million and 500 people. Imagine that. In whole Montenegro we have, for example, 700 people, and in one Tokyo it means more than 35 million people living. What a huge one. So basically these are the answers to those questions. So in 19,000 we have here 1.65. Now it's going to be around 7 billion, and in the 1950 it's going to be 9.2 billion. Now, more people will live cities than in the countryside, of course, because people all move to the cities. And the last one, what about those megacities? So, cities with more than 10 million inhabitants. These are all facts that you should probably know and probably you have read about, but the most interesting here thing is those blue lines, blue phrases that are emphasized for us. So we have a famous scientist, we have a growing problem, the problem. Then we have just people, the world, the biggest, and the Tokyo. So why are those expressions given like this? Because they have those articles, članovi. The famous grammar structure in English. So we don't have those articles in our language, so they are pretty difficult for us to put them on a proper place. So we are going to talk about it, but before that, let's go through a little bit of this presentation. Articles. So we are going to talk about articles, explanation, examples, and exercises. So the articles are the words a, an, and the. They define whether something is special, specific, or unspecific. There are two types of article. We already said that. A and an. When do we use them? Both of them belong to this indefinite article, as you can see here. This is a lake. We use them when we talk about something what is unspecific. But why do we have two of them? It depends on the word that comes before. If the word starts with a vowel, we are going to use an orange, an artist. But if it starts with a consonant, we are going to say a teacher, a chair, a computer, and things like this. In a difference, we have only one definite article, and it is the, but be careful because it is pronounced in two ways. It is pronounced like the before consonants, the girl, the boy, or it is produced like the before vowels, the end. So we have an example here. This is the lake, so we are going to talk about something that we already know. If I say this is the lake, I already know which lake I'm talking about. So let's see when do we use some of them. Definite article is more used. We have a lot of those uses for this one. And it says, it defines noun as something specific. For example, something previously mentioned or known, something unique, something being identified by the speaker, and they must proceed. These are just pure rules. So a particular person or things in the case of common nouns. A group or whole class used in general. A noun counts, non-count noun used to particularize. So only one of a kind, unique thing, the sun, the earth. Names of oceans, gulfs, seas, you have always those examples. The Pacific, the Coral Sea, the Persian Gulf, the Nile. Names of the countries, be careful here. United States of America, they have more words in their name. United Arab Emirates, the Philippines. So, it is used in front of names of great lakes, names of mountain ranges. Be careful, not individual mountain, but mountain ranges. Names of group of islands, historical periods, superlatives, ordinal numbers, the first, the second, the best. Okay, parts of the day. You are always going to say, oh, in the morning, I go to school in the morning, or I'm training in the evening, always. Musical instruments, I play the piano. Institutions, the National Museum, Montenegrin theater, and things like this. So names of newspapers and magazines, the Times, the financial things. Names of languages used with the language. So it means I study English language, or I just study English. So if I say I study language, I'm going to use the, but without language, just English. Then we have names of families to denote the whole family. The Browns, the Simpsons. So it means all Simpsons, mother, father, and the children, all together. Adjectives to denote nouns in plural. The Richies live on the Upper East Manhattan, for example. Now, indefinite article is simpler. There are just several uses of it, and they define their noun as something unspecific, something that is mentioned for the first time, and it is always used just in singular. You can't use it with the nouns in plural. So, it is used with a common noun in a singular number, always requires an article. Then, indefinite articles are used to refer to number one. It is the same if you say 100 or 100. It's absolutely the same. Then we have, so it is here, already said. Proceed descriptive adjectives. Oh, what a lovely girl. Or what a nice car. Something like that. What a lovely day, when you want to explain something. And it is used before professions, a teacher, a student, a doctor, a professor, and things like that. And, of course, like always in English, you know, rules, rules, rules. We have to do that, that, and that, but then there are some exceptions. We can't use, or we mustn't use any article in those cases. So, when we mustn't use that, We mustn't use them. Before the names of continents, you can't say the Europe. It is just Europe, okay? Names of countries, Australia, Bolivia, England. You can't say the Montenegro. It is Montenegro just. But there are two countries like exceptions, the Sudan and the Netherlands. You are going to use them with the. Names of states, cities, towns, Los Angeles, Alaska, London. The only town or a city with the is The Hague. This is an exception. Names of streets and parks, George Street, Albion Street, the Fifth Avenue because of the. It is an exception, of course. Names of singular lakes, Lake Erie, Lake Eyre, Skadar Lake, but Lake of Skadar or something like this. Names, we already said, we always use the in front of the group of islands, the Bahamas, the Maldives, but we use when we have one island is going to be without any tick, the Easter Island, for example. Names of languages, we also did that. Names of sports, you can't say I play the football. I play football, just football, nothing else. I play basketball. Or I adore tennis. You can't say I adore the tennis. And the school subjects, for example, or disciplines. You can't say, oh, I love the maths. You love maths if you love it. But we are going to say this one a bit different. So, what else do we have here? Let me see. Okay, where else we don't use it? Before proper nouns used in general sense, zajedničke imenice korištene u opštem smislu. Ok, materijalne, odnosno gradivne imenice korištene u, znači, opštem smislu, apstraktne imenice korištene. I naravno, before school, college, university, hospital, church and prison. When we talk about them, like institutions with a service they do. But if you think of them like a physical object, you are going to use I go to the school, I was in the school, so it means I was physically in that building. But if you say I go to school, it means that you go to school in order to get some education, okay, to get some service. Let's move, so a little photo for you. Then, this is something that you have to practice. It says choose a and the or nothing. Or it says here no article for each blank below. And as you can see here, this is a text for you. This is going to be your homework. And here a song. Nice song for you to practice. I hope that I guess your taste. And as I told you, slide 8 is for your homework, and you have, of course, grammar focus 5.2 on page 121. So it means the end of the presentation, but we are going to continue with our here exercises in our book. So, as you can see here, we have done all these rules. You have just to fulfill them according to those blue lines. So it's easier now when you have the presentation. Oh, and I forgot, you are going to have this presentation on the school site. So it's going to be easier for you to do it on a way. Okay, now let's go. What do we have here? Exercises. Complete the text with a, the, or nothing. Listen and check. So what has Jack and G invented and why? Vertical farms in Singapore. The biggest problem that megacities have is how to provide food and what? And water for their inhabitants. One small country may have found a solution. Singapore is the country which is famous for innovation. The tiny country has little space to grow food, but Jack and G, what's a farmer, okay, profession, has invented a vertical farm It only produces a few different kinds of vegetable, but there are plans to expand the vertical farm to include what? More plants. Now we are going to listen and we are going to find out if we were right or wrong. Okay, let's start.
CD2, track 36.
Vertical farms in Singapore. The biggest problem that megacities have is how to provide food and water for their inhabitants. One small country may have found a solution. Singapore is a country which is famous for innovation. The tiny country has very little space to grow food. But Jack a farmer, has invented a vertical farm. It only produces a few different kinds of vegetable, but there are plans to expand the vertical farm to include more plants.
Okay, so I have done again the same. Oh, I made a mistake because here we already mentioned country, so it means we have to put it the. So that's the reason. We have country once, it is indefinite article. We have country for the second time, so we have to use the. So basically this is a difference. And I think that I made one mistake here in a previous exercise. So let me see. A solution. Okay, so this is here. The only mistake that I made is here. So we have to put it A because it's the same one we said that it is mentioned for the first time. Okay, now let's go to the next or the second exercise. In this exercise here we are going to read the sentences and to choose correct answers. So we can use also no article if we think that it is necessary, it's not necessary. So the first sentence, poverty doesn't exist in big cities. So this is one which is done for us. The second one, cheapest form. Cheapest, I already told you, this is superlative. You all know this is going to be D. So the transport is what we think about it, correct, the bus. So food is used, for example, in general sense, so no article. Education again is used in general sense, no article. Healthcare, no article in general sense. Capital city, only one, so we have only one capital city, so we are going to use the. And we have only one north, so again it's going to be the. And the last one, so what did I say? Nothing, D. And the last one is going to be pollution, used in general sense, something like abstract noun, and it's not going to be have any article. So let's see. We are true about this one. So let's go furthermore. Here it is. Complete the questions with articles and answer the questions. So do you live in the countryside? So we know, we think about something what is specific. Have you ever been to UK, United Kingdom? 2 words, so it's going to be the. Did you have big breakfast this morning? So it's going to be a big breakfast, any big breakfast. Would you like to be, okay, profession, a farmer? Are you superlative, the oldest student in which class? In the class, in your class, specific class. Are you using any, so it means a pen or a pencil to do what? An exercise or the exercise? It's going to be the exercise because we think about one precise, okay, exercise. Now, let's go back to our basic page. Just a moment. Okay, so as you can see here, we have finished. I would like you Here, look at this, complete the sentences to make them true for you. So this is up to you. I can help you with my answers. Here they are. So my father is, imagine, a teacher. I can write it. My mother is a teacher too. So we are all teachers. Okay. I have never been to Australia. I'd like to visit, Brazil? Okay, London is the most interesting a problem is, or a big problem in my country. So what unemployment is a big country problem. And a subject or something I'm passionate about. What are you passionate about? Playing computer games. No, I'm going to say that in my, okay, so reading, for example. I think that your answer is going to be playing computer games. So definitely. As I already told you, grammar focus, page 121, your homework, and the exercise from the presentation. That will be all. I hope we are going to see each other soon, but stay home and stay safe. Bye-bye.